Well, hello, friends. These are the parish announcements for the Tomorrow River Lutheran Parish for January 15th, 2023. Happy New Year. I hope you are well. I hope that God continues to keep you in grace and that you are growing in faith and in favor. All right, not so many announcements this week, just a few high points. We have 3 services each week where you are welcomed and encouraged to participate with the family of God. We have 2 services on Sundays. We have an 8:30 service indoors at Peace and a 10:15 service indoors at Nelsonville. And so we would love to have you attend one or both of those services. Because this is the 3rd Sunday, we are going to have communion at both of those Sunday services. Because the numbers are a little goofy right now, we're going to stick with the little cups, and our hope is that we resume a more normal Easter practice or a more normal communion practice after Easter. That's the dream. So for those of you who struggle to see the table of the Lord in those little individual cups and those little individual wafers and glasses of wine, it's coming. It's coming. We'll get it back. But right now we're aiming for right after Easter. We also have every week the Thursday night candlelight service at Nelsonville. The music starts at 6:45, the service itself starts at 7, and we're out of there by 7:30, 7:35, something like that. There is communion there every week, and that will continue to be the little cups because we don't want people walking around in the dark. We don't want people to fall and to hurt themselves. So presumably you understand that, and that is a reasonable concession, whatever your thoughts about this period of history that we're in. But if you feel like you need to come near to the table of the Lord, every week communion is available, and on some weeks it's available both Sunday night and Thursday. We continue to ask that you register for services from time to time. You don't have to. The Constitution says that a person, in order to stay a member in good standing, has to give a gift of note and come to at least one worship service during a year. So if you've registered sometime in the last 6, 9, 10 months, great. Do it again and be good until the end of this year. But I do want to encourage you to faithfulness. We are having our annual meetings on Sunday the 29th. There will be no interference with the Packers. I am sorry for you. I would bet my car, maybe not my car, I would be pretty certain in saying that the Vikings aren't going to be playing by that time into the playoffs either. So we will have annual meetings in both churches on the 29th. We have not yet figured out the format, whether it's going to be in person or whether it's going to be online. There is talk at Nelsonville about having a potluck afterwards. So as soon as we get the plans nailed down, we will let you know and invite you, encourage you, plead with you to come to the annual meetings. I know that it's not the most fun you ever had, but it doesn't last all that long, usually less than an hour. It gives you a chance to ask any questions. It gives you a chance to look at the financial reports and the budget for the coming year, and it gives you, as a voting member of the church, a say in the future and the direction of the church. We need at least 20 voting members at Nelsonville to make quorum and at least 25 at Peace. So right now, I would like you to plan on making time to come to the annual meetings on the 29th. The prayer list is always available in the top right corner of the website, and I invite you and encourage you to be looking at it, to be praying for these people. We are, of course, cognizant of the loss of the Raditz family, that Linda has been called home to the kingdom of light, and she will be missed indeed. She poured herself out for her family and for the youth of these congregations, and we ask that God receive her gently and with grace. There are a few other new names. There's a woman with postpartum depression who's asking that we remember her as she adapts to her new life with a child. Logan has been having stomach problems, and Tucker has been diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma. And so the rest of the names you've seen before. I continue to remind you to be faithful in your prayers for them, and as you figure out who they are, that you find ways to care for them. Members here in Amherst and Nelsonville, if you want to know who someone is, Unless they've said that what's written is the extent of what can be released, we're happy to tell you so that you can actually take care of these people. Give me a call, give me a text, Pastor Gretchen, the church office, and we will give you the information that we are allowed to give you based on what the person has asked for in terms of confidentiality. The Sunday sermons continue to go online. We are getting very close to being able to put up a full Sunday service online, and then the next step after that would be to live cast it so that people would be able to watch the service in real time. That is the plan. That is the hope. That's coming, but at the moment we're doing the Sunday sermons still. We're caught up this week on the children's Bible stories. There's 2 Old Testament stories this week, and so we invite you to look at those. And then for confirmation, we're talking about Jesus teaching on prayer. Remember, confirmation is a public ministry of the church. You are always welcome to come to confirmation. You are always welcome to watch the videos, to talk to me, to ask questions. This is something that we do together, forming a community of faith and ensuring that our children practice a faith that's recognizable to those who have come before us. So very, very grateful for all of you who support confirmation and confirmands. I think those are the critical announcements. I mean, there's a lot of announcements below this little video, and so I invite you to read it. But I think for our purposes tonight, I think we're done. I do wish you well. I hope that you are enjoying God's favor, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Bye-bye.